Good morning. Say good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
He's upset today. He's upset because. Now, why are you upset?
Because the phone.
Hmm?
I said because the phone.
He said because the phone. I don't know what that means. Do you guys know what that means? I don't know what that means. I told him it's time for devotion, and he said, "I want your phone." Didn't you say that? I asked him which one is more important.
Mm,
I said God or the phone. What'd you say?
God.
He said, God.
Reluctantly, hesitantly, but he said it because he know me, and I take the phone completely. He said that some mornings you get up. This is my rendition of what I understood him to say. Some mornings you get up, and you get up thankful, but we forget to get up thanking. Fix your face. We get up saying, God, I thank you in my mind, but never actually manifest the words out of our mouth. And I'm wondering how many people wake up just like Junior. That God, I know you've been good because I didn't have to come this far, but we never actually take the time throughout the day to thank Him for just how far we've come. I think I wanted to use scriptural reference, Acts chapter 16. Maybe you guys know the story. Jeremiah doesn't know the story. Acts chapter 16 talks about Paul and Silas in prison. Can you turn the TV off for me? It seems like it's a distraction for you. Paul and Silas in prison. And it says that at midnight they sang praises unto the Lord. I don't know which verse it is, but I know it's in Acts chapter 16. And it says that when they all sang at midnight, the foundations of the prison were shaken, the chains on their hands were broken, and the doors were open. I wanted to share that because Jeremiah was slated this morning, and I was incited that there was a word that I think needed to be delivered. I can't hear nobody. The word that needed to be delivered today was everything that you're holding on to might be holding on to you if it restricts the praise to God that He put inside of you. If it's not here to push or propel you, just hit the button on the thing. Yeah, just hit that button and then it'll turn off. If it's not here to push or propel you into a thankfully praising place, then it's more than likely restricting you because it has you held to a bondage suppressive praising place. You don't understand what I'm saying? It should not restrict you. Just push it up with your thumb. Don't pull it down, just push it. Jeremiah, put your thumb underneath like that and just push the button. Stop trying to pull it off. It don't come off. You just push it. Just push the button. Yeah, just push it. Never mind. That's okay. That's okay, but that's all right. It should not be a restrictor. It should be a place where God needs you not to beg you to admonish Him. It should just be a place you should be thankful just to be here. That God can depend on me. He can depend on me regardless of what I'm going through. He can depend on me regardless of who is in front of me, who's next to me, who don't want to do it with me. It should not be so predicated upon how I feel in this place. It should be dependent on God's grace has been so good every single place that regardless of where I'm at, I'll say thank you. I praise you. I lift you up, magnify your name. Y'all don't know that song. Said this is what happened once you begin to be thankful out of privilege and not out of God, is obligated. See, he ain't obligated to do nothing for you. I don't know where we get that from, to think God has to bless us. God has to do it for us. God gotta do this and do that. No, he don't. He said, I'll give you two supplies, two things you can depend on. And that is, if you want to get the phone, go ahead and get it. And that is your bread and your water. Beyond that, don't owe it to you. I think he's been supplying that. He's been bringing you food. He's been giving you more than food. He's been giving you, life, health, stability, material stuff. And we won't even be thankful for none of that. As soon as we get it, we forget God about it. I got it now. I don't need to be bothered with saying thank you. We be all consumed to get it, thinking that, like, God, it was everything. And as soon as we get it, it's like, it means nothing now. I'm bigger and better than that. You gotta know that the place that he pulls you into is a place where God fulfills for you everything that he would commission for you to do. Come on, phone, stop. Now, Paul and Silas are thanking, praising, and what am I doing? When we're done, then we'll get something to eat, okay? Did you hear me, Jeremiah? We're about to go get something to eat. Leave that stuff alone. A little while ago, you wanted to play your game. You couldn't even be a part of devotion because you wanted to play your game. Now you out here, you want to get food. I told you, after I do devotion, then we'll go get food. But you have to take a shower first. And do something about your head and your face. See, this be the stuff that be like bothering me throughout the day. It's like as soon as I get ready to do devotion or like the word or something, like everybody want everything. My phone ring, it ain't ring all day for work or nothing. And then all of a sudden I get ready to get on here and then it's like, oh, phone just ring. And you'll have so many distractions and so many things like in your way and in your face and calling your name and all of that stuff. But Paul and Silas said, in the middle of prison, hear me now, in the middle of the prison, I can still find the praise. In the middle of a prison, I can still find a shout. In the middle of the prison, I don't conform to it and start being suppressive in prison just because I'm in prison. What I do is I find a place. And if you can't find a place, create the atmosphere. That's what he said. I don't have to wait. I don't have to wait for the choir. I ain't gotta wait for the organ. I ain't gotta wait for anybody to come and initiate it. I ain't gotta wait for nobody even to respond to it. If they do altar call or not, if they show up or not, if there's folk out in the hallway with you or not. If it becomes offensive, then check why it's so offensive to you. But when you can rectify, identify, when you can certify that it doesn't matter where I am, that my first assignment is to praise him, then you can be in prison and still find a shout. Then you can be under the influence of everybody's manipulative ways. Everybody's trying to be a distraction. Everybody in the way. And sometimes it don't be them, it just be you. You need to stop distracting you. Why you keep hanging around people who just a distraction on you, knowing that they don't want you to do better, don't want you to go nowhere, don't want you to have better. You just stay around them. It don't be them all the time. Sometimes it be you. Just sharing that with you. I ain't coming against nobody. I'm just saying sometimes it do be you. Say it. Even in prison, I praise. Even in the confinements of being underneath the prison, I still find a praise. A place to praise. That lets me know that praise is not really an action. It's more of a noun. It's not a verb. It's a noun. Praise is a place you come to. So I meet him here every day. It's not physical. It's spiritual. But when you see it not as a verb, something that you do, but a state of being where you are, then every time that I need him, y'all, you got to see this. Every time that I need him, You go from here to here. Right? If this is praise, all right, let my pants back down, and this is like normal, then the place God wants you is here. Now we get consumed in like the stuff of the world over here and forgetting all God called me to praise. When you're in position, you'll be able to see everything comes together. But when you're over here, outside of it, trying to force it, you'll miss it. This is not predicated upon what I believe or what I see or what circumstances are. But you got to find yourself, I'm still in the position. So it don't matter what happens around me, I'm still in the position. It don't matter if people want to support it, I'm still in the position. Praise has to be a positional place in the spirit and not just a translative place in your word. He says if you can find yourself in the placement, then you'll find yourself coming out of difficult places because praise is a location, not an action. It says I found myself at midnight thanking him. I found myself in the prison praising him. I found myself locked under it, but not subjected to it because I learned to praise my way out of it. And watch what happened. It says at midnight, everything that was foundational broke. Everything that was restricting broke. Everything that was intended for their bad, but couldn't keep them in this place that was not good, fell up off of them. And you got to be able to know when God moves you to the place where if you just can thank him for everything that he's done, when you couldn't see it, you'll begin to see it. Turn it down. You begin to see it. When you can just thank him for everything you don't see. And Paul and Silas didn't see themselves free. They were literally in slavery, literally in bondage. They were in a place, come on, so we can take a shower. They were literally in bondage and still didn't let that restrict their praises. My last point on the day is to tell you it'll break strongholds, it'll break chains, it'll break mental suppressive natures, it'll break manipulative habits, it'll break some people up off you, it'll get some people away from you. When you learn how to be thankful in a whatever situation, it's gonna break stuff that was meant to hold you, that you thought may have been a protection for you or on you. He says, I'm breaking it because it was just restricting you. It wasn't propelling you. You got to know every place that harbors you, every place that shelters you is not protecting you. Some stuff is just placement to hold you, to restrict you. Some stuff we subscribe to be good. God, thank you for the house, and the house be the whole restriction. It's stopping you from believing God for greater. It's stopping you from believing God for more. I know that's one of the things that he told me. He said, Jeremiah, the house that you're looking for, trying to get a house, the house that you're looking for, you won't find it. You won't find it because it don't exist, because that's not your home. But your home is up here. And if you keep focusing on finding a place down there, you'll end up getting placed where everybody else is, or some people are, where they think that the house is the kingdom. But the home can't be the kingdom for you because you're kingdom minded. I need you up here. So you only come to a place of renting, and you only come to a place of borrowing. You only come to a place of just lending for a little while the room that you live in, because every time I want you to think about ownership, think about your pilgrim passing through. So you can't own it. I'm just a steward of it. Oh man, and I don't want to be in a prison thinking it's my palace, and then I'm still stuck in a mindset where it restricts me and does not propel me. So God, bless me. Bless me and anybody watching me. God, bless me and folk who believe that I'm not Paul or Silas, but I'm whatever the name is. Then turn it down some. Insert. Okay, all right. Then step back some, man. You don't have to be right in the water. So you You ain't got to be Paul or Silas. You can be you. I'm Jeremiah. That's who I am. I'm Jeremiah. I'm a servant. I'm Jeremiah, and I'm a servant with a praise, and I ain't in prison. And I learned to still thank him even in this place, because while I'm not locked up, I still know how to get up and thank him for how he broke the chains off. And then they come off, and then they're free. Now I got to get Jeremiah out the shower. So, catch your preview. The rewind. Hey, Tasha.